everybody? It's your man, Random Man, and we are here for another edition of Lyricist Chronicles. Now, I know that you know that I find some very, very interesting people via various social networks. Well, one day I was stumbling across something and found a man named Andrew Smart. That guy had this biography documentary about hip-hop. I said, it's perfect, I gotta see this. Come to find out it had somebody that was already featured on my site, D. Julian. So I said, okay, this is something I want to watch. But it was another MC on that particular documentary, and that guy is this guy, Priest. Priest, say hello to DA audience, DA Universe.
Yeah, Universe, what up, man? It's Priest. How you doing, man?
So, I already talked about it. Let's get into it. The documentary. How did that all come about?
Drew. Well, I know Drew. He's kind of here and around. He asked me to be a part of it, you know, and then we started working with him in Smart Productions. I don't even remember how I met Drew. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm blacking out a little bit. But no, he asked me to do it and just give some input. And I'm opening my mouth, especially if it's hip hop, you know?
Right. Definitely. That was actually a really, really dope documentary. It featured a lot of great people that I was just getting put onto. And that's one of the things that we do at Definitely Amazing. We try to put people on, people that would not normally hear because their circle is not hip to them. You know, people usually listen to what their circle is hip to. So once you integrate something new, then that helps build a bigger circle. So I figured, DA Universe, this is my way of introducing you to Priest. This is a Lyricist Chronicles interview, so we have to start with the most poignant question of them all. Priest, what do you consider to be a lyricist? What does a lyricist mean to you? What does that word mean to you?
I guess you could say somebody got away with words, but I mean, it's storytelling. I'm not gonna say it's just storytelling. It's not just the functionality of storytelling. Like, a good lyricist is somebody that can give you exactly what it is he meant out to do. Like, if you got he got the song, he's got a concept. A good lyricist is supposed to paint that picture. And he's not supposed to do it delicately. He's supposed to paint it so you see exactly what he's talking about. That's why you listen to, like, you know what's funny? Because I'm from Detroit. Right. So I listen to Illmatic. You know, I had to do the whole New York hip-hop tour shit, you know what I mean? So I went and I had to go to Queensbridge Projects, you know what I mean? And the album sounds exactly like Queensbridge. It looks exactly like I pictured it looking. That's what a good lyricist does. A good lyricist captures everything in his forefront and he gives it to you. And that's a lyricist.
I like that. That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. Now, you got a joint that was actually pretty much the first joint I kind of got hip to you about, was your joint As the World Turns. And I got hip to it because Andrew Smart had did the directing of the video. Yeah. So I was like, all right, let me check this out, because Andrew Smart in the near future will be featured on Definitely Amazing. So I figured, let me find out about this MC's, this artist's video. Let me see what it's all about. And it was just a gripping video, black and white concept with just some graphic images, and then your lyricism that just kind of, as you said, painted a picture. Let's talk about that. How did that concept come about for the song and for the video, and how did all this stuff come together to make a great mirepoix of lyrical hip-hop?
You read the chapters of my life, the passage of my rights, a road to see the traffic in my light, I stand under.
What's funny is because it's like The World Turns. The first thing about it when I wrote the track, it's actually paying homage to hip-hop. Hip-hop started out here. Hip-hop started on Central Avenue in the Bronx. You know what I mean? It's in New York. It sounds like the golden age to me, right? So I wanted to make a track about that. I mean, that was just the visual of the track too. But I wrote the track from really the perspective of just a young black man. And, you know, his environmental hazards. You know, it was pretty much just that. Just saying, like, you know, see a time that comes quick as it goes, but if you're waiting for this to happen, you're missing the show. Just, you know, if you want more, then you got to do more because your timetable is really limited. You know, and it wasn't, but it was more so a display of lyricism too. I had some fun with it, but that was the premise of the record. You know, is that everything is cyclical. You know what I mean?
No. So we're gonna stay in the lyrical realm right here because I figured this would be a perfect question for somebody like you.
Mm-hmm.
About a year or two ago, we did a expose which asked the question: do lyrics still matter in hip hop today? And it was probably one of the most viewed posts on definitelyamazing.com in that particular year. And the reason why was because it had circulated through several different channels. I'm not going to mention everybody's channel, but circulated, and people started to say, you know, hey, this is a question that really needs to be, you know, be asked. So I got a lot of people's opinions over the last few years. I don't ask it to everyone on Lyricist Chronicles, but I figured you'd be perfect to ask. How do you feel about that? Do you feel that lyrics still have a place in hip-hop now?
Yeah, they do. Because, let's put it like this. Lyricism matters. If you listen to a lot of these retards that's like on the radio now, it's still lyricism. Like, you know what I mean? It's still, as disgusting as some of that shit is, it's still lyrics. Like, it's a very watered down, condensed version of what hip hop is used to. But between that and between people having the complaints about hip hop isn't lyrical, lyrics do matter. You know what I mean? Whether you like the Molly bullshit or you like the, you know, I guess what you would call the pseudo intellectual conscious bullshit, you know, it matters, you know. So you got detractors and you got people that are supportive of it, but the lyrics do matter. The lyrics actually matter more than people think. Here's the thing, it's like, thing what's happening with hip hop now, in my opinion, hip hop is following a formulaic business method, a business model. So what that means is it's style over substance. Doesn't mean lyricism doesn't matter. It just means that, you know, there's more elements to consider. Now, when you break that down, people are still listening. You hear people on the train, and you hear people get some songs, some lyrics stuck in their head. Music is about the words, you know what I mean? Specifically in the hip hop form, which is all about that. Dudes don't sing, you know. Dudes don't play instruments. Lyrics do matter. They really do matter. I mean, a lot of it is, it's kind of a loaded answer, man. A lot of it is just trash, you know what I mean? But, you know, just saying a name and just throwing it out there. But I think lyrics do matter. I believe they matter. I mean, I incorporate lyricism in everything I do, you know. But I think we're just at a point now where hip hop is pop music, and pop music has never been intellectual. I don't know why people are acting like pop music is. You know what I mean? Not immediate. It's an immediate indulgence is what pop music is. That's what hip hop is doing. They're following that business model of what pop music creates, caricatures out of artists. So that's the best way I can say it. I don't know if I confused you.
No, nah. I'm feeling that answer. That's the kind of answer I wanted for something like that. Yeah, that's dope. All right, so we got another track that I want to talk about. You know, it's Lyricist Chronicles. We're gonna talk about lyrics. So you got a joint called "Loyalty." Nothing to lose. Another one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Now, I'm gonna say this lyric. Now, full disclosure, guys, I can rhyme. I don't rhyme other people's lyrics, so I might not come with the same flow that he had. So screw you if you got a problem with how I did it. I don't care. I ran the man. It's my show. If I want. Even if it's bad. Now, so this joint from Loyalty, Nothing to Lose, actually the first few lyrics, first few bars. So I'm gonna say the bars, you give me an explanation for it, and so on and so on. The trust is already destroyed when the secret is veiled. You learn the lesson, but you poised to receive it in jail. So what was that all about?
Trust is already destroyed when the secret is veiled. You learned the lesson, but you poised to receive it in jail.
I give me the first one.
All right.
Trust is already destroyed when the secret is veiled.
Yes.
You know, that's, see, soon as, is that saying that if two people, what's the saying about the secrets? That the only way two people can keep a secret if one of them is dead?
Right.
You know, the second that you have a secret with a lot of people, it's like, it's already destroyed once you hide it. The fact that you give that secret away is immediately what it is. And I think, like, when you watch a lot of street, and I'm not a street dude, but I've grown up around the environment, I've grown up in the element, you know, and the one thing that I see is just, like, specifically with the track, like, as an extension to that line and to the track in the whole, it's just like, it's almost amazing that you have a trust, you know, about loyalty. It's all about loyalty and respect and loving your brother and honoring the next person. It's funny that you pick a crew of sociopaths, psychos, people who are full of shit by trade to instill loyalty. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost ass backwards. And it's like, I knew plenty of niggas that did it, but, and I understand where it comes from. It comes from the lack of support in your family and all of that, but why you be surprised when shit happens like that? You know? Why you be surprised when somebody is deceptive? Or they have some kind of maniacal ability to where they can just tell on you or give you up or kill you. There's really no honor amongst thieves, man.
Dude. I did not even know that's where that was going.
Yeah, I mean, the whole track, that's pretty much the whole track is just like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I write my lyrics from like a cyclical perspective, that everything comes around. You know what I mean? So if you have that, just like with loyalty, the whole track was actually written about somebody I know personally. A friend of mine that's actually doing life in prison, you know, for being a moron, you know, and letting his situation get the best of him. Now, it's just, you know, in the end, it's like, really, are you really cut from that cloth, or are you just somebody that was bred wrong, and you just, you know, you came to the point where when you was faced with something really big, like doing the rest of your life to the sun burn out behind bars, then that's the question you should ask yourself in the beginning. Now we back at the beginning of the question is, should you have done it? Those lyrics are representation of that.
Dope. Alright, so we're gonna get to I made it a point that I said from now on Lyricist Chronicles was not gonna involve the Random Man Game Time. Random Man Game Time is gonna be put into our other segments, but I did some research on you, brother, and I figured this is the perfect Random Man Game Time. We're gonna play a little word association, but not word association, name association. Because I looked through your Facebook likes and your music likes, and I saw some names that kind of made me say, this is why this brother's really, really good at music, because you are all over the spectrum of music. So I'm gonna throw out a name, and you tell me what that person or that person's music speak, how it speaks to you musically, and we'll go on from there. So we're gonna start off with the one that caught my eye the most, and my brother will definitely laugh at this later on down the line because he's a fan of Bo Diddley because of the Blues Brothers, I believe. Bo Diddley. Yeah, I saw Bo Diddley on you. I was like, you don't see that for a lot of rappers.
Energy. A lot of accessibility. That's why I go with Bo Diddley.
I like that. Energy. Kurt Cobain.
Intensity. Honesty. And transparency.
Gil Scott Heron.
Storytelling. Influence. Street.
I got one on here. I got two more. I got one on here that I actually was put onto this guy recently. Apparently I've been off mark on this. The incomparable Shakespeare.
My homeboy. Like, that's my man. I know Shake. You know? Just, Shakes is actually a visionary to me. He's got that package. I'll give you one. I listened to my Hot 97 release Evers, and I heard a dude was kind of condemning hip hop, which pisses me off too, because it's like people look at the worst themes of hip hop and they make a fucking assumption about it. is saying like this is what hip hop is. It's gratuitous violence, it's homosexuality, homophobia and shit like that. And it's like, what Shakes was doing, he was speaking from a perspective that Shakes lost his mother at 16. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, like hip hop is that extra component you need to get through. That's just like, to dudes like me, I'm only good at expressing myself. That's it.
Right.
And that's one thing I do well. Shakes does that. So he defended hip hop in such a fucking honest, heartfelt way. That's a visionary right there. That's somebody who has a great sense of self and somebody who loves and respects his culture, and somebody that is defined by his culture, but somebody who is trying to reinterpret his culture. That's what Shakespeare is to me, and that's my man. That's my homeboy, man.
Dope. Final one. This one is the kicker. Esperanza Spalding?
I'm in love with that woman. I'm in love with her. I don't give a fuck. I love that woman.
Esperanza Spalding. I am a big fan of Esperanza.
I love it. When I see her, I'm gonna fucking propose to her. But I don't care if I get arrested. Somebody put their big beefy knee in my fucking back. Come on, Esperanza. Nah, look, I'm gonna tell you, I heard about Esperanza in like 2008. You know, and I was just, just looking for new music. I do it like every week. And I was like, who is this woman? You know what I mean? The fucking tonality. I mean, she plays the bass. She's the bass as tall as she is. You know, I got that big, beautiful puff of hair. And she's just like, you ever heard the new album?
No, I haven't heard the new album.
She got a song called Land of the Free. It's very short, but it's like a short segment. It's a dope song about people being locked up. You know, they lock brothers up, and in 20 years they figure out, oh, you didn't do it. You know? You know what I mean? Like, she also has a mind, and she also has really mature and really insightful lyrics, too. That's the other half. Just, man, I'm proposing. I don't give a fuck.
He's out proposing. Okay. Alright, cool. I think that was kind of cool for Random Man King time. Not too much, not too crazy. Alright, so there's something I did want to get to. Now, this is a if question. So I like if questions. If we take Priest, and Priest is separated from government, I don't know if you wanted me to give it to him, I don't know if you wanted me to say it, so I'm not going to say it. Let's say we separate the two. And those two end up at the same event. What would be the first thing one another would say to each other?
You mean like you want to separate Priest from
Yes.
my government name?
From your government name.
Oh, you say like Brandon David Perkins, man. If you
Brandon.
separate us,
What would be the conversation you guys would have?
that's a good question. Both sides of the same coin. It's like, let's put it like this. Whereas my personality is a little more aggressive, or I might say quiet dude. A lot of people don't think that because I got a big mouth, but you know what I mean? Like, but Priest's would be the more raw, like intense part of me that has something he want to say. So I don't think they like each other. You know what I mean? I think Priest will be the guy, the part of me with convictions and with self-understanding and self-awareness, knows who he is, no bullshit, fuck you, you know. And then Brandon's more so of a smart ass. I'm a cynical person. If you want to call it that. I'm sarcastic. I'm an asshole, you know what I mean? They wouldn't, or they would be homies for life. I mean, who knows?
I like it. All right, we actually gonna wrap this up. It's been a phenomenal interview. I almost feel like I should just start tossing random questions at you.
What you do, man? We having fun.
But since we're talking, we actually we're talking back and forth about this interview for a while, and I had you view Definitely Amazing and whatnot, and you had checked it out and you said you liked it and whatnot. Tell me one of the reasons, because I never really asked this question to people before, and this is like if they contact me, then I know, all right, it's something they wanted to do on the site. But if I contact them, you know, what made you say, hey, you know, yeah, this is something I definitely want to be on that site? What was it about Definitely Amazing that made you say, you know, you wanted to be a part of the Lyricist Chronicles?
Well, it's lyricism, I'm there. You know, and also I'm gonna just say it like this: it's like it's a real positive thing when you got something, when you got like young black men getting it. You know what I mean? Like that's positive. I want to be a part of that. You know, because you never know. Like I could be sitting next to a rich man in the next 3 years. I mean, let's be real. Or you could be sitting next to a rich man in the next 3 years. We all gotta move together like that. That's support, though. That's what support is. It's not even so much to say that buy my records, nigga, or anything like that. It's just more so to say, you know me, stand behind me, come along with me for the ride or whatever. And that's what I want to do. Like, I looked at the website, and I was really impressed with the layout. I was really impressed with the ambition. I was really impressed. You're multifaceted. You writing little nasty books too, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I like that. I like that it's not just a conventional thing, you know? And also, like, I kind of, like, rappers are kind of, like, bumming me out lately, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
They really are. Like, I need some different energy. Like, rappers is...
These rappers is...
These are off the hook, man. Like, for real, man. And it's just good. It's like, you know, it's a proponent of networking. And it's like, and I'm very critical. I don't like shit. I don't like any of these niggas. I don't like any of you motherfuckers. I don't. I love you, but I don't fucking like all your shit, man. And it's like when you attach yourself to something good, like, you know, you want to be a part of that. You want to watch something grow, and you want to watch it cultivate or something. Even just for the namesake of seeing you was there. You know what I mean? But I'm impressed.
Thanks.
I'm impressed.
Hey, shoot, thanks. I appreciate that. All right, so, you know, the namesake of the site is definitely amazing. Everybody that asked this, and my cameraman and anybody else that's rolled with me in these last 7 years can attest, everybody has answered this question very, very differently.
Oh, shit.
And this is no pressure on you. But I enjoyed this question the most because we get some really creative answers. Final question. What makes Priest definitely amazing?
Well, you want the artist to answer that. That's funny.
Yeah, in fact, it's so funny because that's what happens to a lot of artists. Like, wait a minute, you want me to answer that? Yes.
I'm gonna answer that by saying this. You know, just give you a quick story, right? I was at a show. I'm not gonna say the dude's name. He's a fucking douchebag. I was watching this guy move, and I was watching his energy. And he had like lip gloss. I mean, like, you know, shit like that. Like, you know. And I was watching this nigga, man, and it's like, yo, he really thinks who he is. Like, he's really impressed with himself. That has nothing to do with the fucking music, because look at it like this, man. Let me just give you my testimony. It's like this. Look, if you do music, right? I do music. That's my pleasure to do music. It's my pleasure for you to pay X amount of dollars for my record. It's my pleasure for you to walk around with me and your plugs when you're on the train and when you're in the car and that. It's my pleasure to give you the most intricate, expressive parts of myself. Music has nothing to fucking do with the artist. That's it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's my privilege. That's my honor. I should be getting your motherfucking autograph. You know what I mean? That's how it is, because it's like, it's just so great to be a hip-hop artist, and then when people like your stuff and they respect it, because it's like this. I get fan mail and shit like that. I get people that check for me, and it's amazing. You know, people reach out to me and tell me that they like the song, even if they like the hook, even if they like something. Like, that does something. That does something to me, man. And it's like, you can't, I don't know, man. You can't involve too much of yourself in it, because that takes a lot of the point out of the music. You know, the point of music is to inspire. All those artists that you just named are people who I'm inspired by. My job is to get inspired by them to give you my creative reinterpretation of what it is I'm moved by, right? That's what makes Priest definitely amazing. That's what Priest is. Priest is somebody who loves music, who's in love with music, and wants to inspire people the same way I've been inspired by that. That's me, you know. But do you watch the people on stage and do all that? You're doing it for the wrong reasons. You know, it's not that I don't enjoy the perks. You know what I'm saying? Not that I don't. I mean, what the fuck? I'm a human being, you know, and I can be a very disgusting person. But I mean, just the whole point of it is that it's for. You laugh, but that's what music is. Music is so important. Music is Ah, that's crazy. And music is really, really amazing. Music is definitely amazing. And that's, be sincere. That's what Priest is. Sincere, expressive, inspirational. Not many of those things, but that's up to the person. I mean, you can not like my shit. Alright, cool. But for the people that do, you know,
For the people that do,
just know that I'm working my ass off. So if you pay me X amount of dollars to do it, and I'm gonna give you a service, and I'm gonna bust my ass to make sure that it's cool. That's Priest.
I mean, damn, Random Man probably is left speechless. Which anybody that knows me, I talk a lot. So me being left speechless is something else. Phenomenal. This is what I live for these type of interviews.
Yeah, man. You get somebody sitting there like a fucking, with a personality of a brick or like a fucking wet face towel. And it's like, oh, you know.
Yes. And we've had those on Definitely Amazing. And some of them have not made this site. And some of them have. And prior engagements, people. So I'm sorry for any of that. It's your man, Random Man. Look, you guys make sure that you check out everything that I put up on the site that's about this guy. Make sure that you keep in touch with Priest through his SoundCloud, which is full of phenomenal tracks. You got some stuff coming up? You got any shows coming up? Anything that you want?
I got a few, but they kind of like on the low right now.
Okay.
But I'm going, about to go to Europe, and we about to get some work in Germany.
Cool.
So we're gonna do that. Right now, I got 2 albums, City High and This Thing of Ours, which Thing of Ours is an aesthetically jazz hip-hop production. My man Jazz Bacti from France. City High is mine. Lyrics are included. You know, it's a little gift. And right now, I'm working on a really disturbing album called Catharsis. You know?
Wow. A really disturbing album.
Oh, yeah.
Cool, dope. Like I said, it's me and Random Man. I live for moments like this. This is phenomenal. The man let us in his home, so you know it's.
Man, this is my element. What the fuck? I sleep here.
You know, Miles Davis back here and everything. So.
Oh shit! Wait, I gotta give you the websites. So it's SoundCloud.com/PriestMusic. And if you want the fan page, you know, give me the little like in here. All the fucked up thoughts that I have, and all my venting for music, and you know, here's some new tracks, some new releases, and. Maybe debate, let's argue. What the fuck? It's Facebook.com/Motown Priest. Motown Priest is me. Alright?
Yes. It don't get any better than this. It's your man, Random Man. This is DefinitelyAmazing.com. Make sure you keep your eyes locked out for the next big show from the Countdown. The Countdown will be counting down the top 10 black sitcoms of all time. So that show will be coming to you very soon, probably right after the show. So, it's your man, Random Man, DefinitelyAmazing.com, and we out.